My name's Tina Innes. I'm a legal executive at Ashtons Legal and I work in the family department. Yes, you can. However, if you share parental responsibility with the other parent, then the expectation would be that you have discussed it with them and that they are on board and that they give their permission. You don't strictly need their permission, but it would be wise to obtain their permission. If you move without their permission, then the important thing is to make sure that you're not going to be disrupting their schooling to a large degree if they're school-age children. And you would want a clear plan in place as to how the arrangements are going to be for them to see their other parent. If the other parent doesn't give permission, then they have the option to apply to the court for an order for the child to be returned. So it is in some ways quite risky to move and completely relocate if the other parent isn't on board. The court can make an order under the Children Act for a child arrangements order that the children live with the other parent. The court will have to consider all the various welfare issues, and any decision will be made taking into account what the arrangements are for their schooling, what the arrangements are for where they're going to be living, what the arrangements you have in place for them to see the other parent, and your reasons for relocating. No. If you were to relocate to another country and you don't have the other parent's permission, then you could be committing an offence under the Child Abduction Act. It would be wise to get their consent in writing, and if you can't get their consent, then there are other steps that you can undertake. You can apply to the court and you can ask the court for permission for you to relocate. If you did make an application to the court, then you would need to have a very clear plan in place, because the court is only going to allow you to relocate if it's very clear that you have accommodation in the other country, your reasons for wanting to relocate to another country, that you have a support plan in place in that country, that your child's schooling has all been organised within that country. Common applications are where a parent might want to relocate because they have remarried to someone in the US Army, for example. In those type of cases, the US Army has usually organised everything for the family, and so everything would be already in place. But if you want to relocate for other reasons, then you'd have to make sure that you had a clear plan in place, otherwise your application might be at risk of failure. Your success rate really will depend on the planning that you have undertaken and all the research that you've done in terms of what life is going to be like for you and your children in the other country. We have a large family team at Ashtons. If you would like any help on areas of relocation, then please do get in touch with us via our website.